Hello and welcome to the Daria Reactions. I'm Fred. If you are new to the channel, glad that you found us. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back, and I know there are a few of you. And if you are an eagle-eyed viewer who pays attention to the continuity of the vlog-esque videos that appear on this channel, yes, this is the same shirt from last Wednesday, because as I said at the end of the video covering It Happened One Nut, that I will be recording the next episode straight away, which I am, and so here we are. I mean, obviously I could have changed shirts, but I typically put the recorded win date in the description, so you know it's like there's no point in trying to fool you folks. Besides, a lot of folks are gonna be kind of confused on like upcoming videos that'll be premiering on the next couple Fridays, where I actually have that full beard that that I was growing. So yeah, totally nuts. So this week, so this is where we're going to have a little bit of controversy. If you are a fan of Daria and you pay attention to Wikipedia or the fan wiki for Daria, because we're finally going to be going over the musical episode Daria with an exclamation point, which was the episode that aired first for season 3 back in 1999, right? However, on this particular box set, which is quite rattly because of how cheaply the interior of it is. The musical episode is the 7th episode of season 3 because that's where it was in the production order. Essentially, it was the mid-season premiere because sometimes they would. I don't remember if this was the actual case with Daria in 1999 because I don't have the air dates in front of me. But I think they would do like 6 or 7 episodes in the spring and the remaining episodes in the fall. Because that's kind of it was kind of like a very weird split. I mean, it was with and it's not just Daria. If you look at the air dates of some South Park episodes too, that you will see that some episodes will premiere early in a year and then some episodes later. It's kind of like that weird. That very weird split there. It's like it's kind of like the mid-season replacements and things of that nature, which is also kind of weird in its own right when you consider how often, especially for Daria on MTV, the episodes were in reruns, especially on weekday afternoons as more and more episodes were produced. Although I think we are a year, or at least the episodes when the episodes of Daria first really started airing on weekday afternoons around before Total Request Live, when it was hosted by Carson Daly. These episodes it would have been like starting with season 4, no, after season 3. Because you could argue that season 3 is Daria is at its peak of its popularity, even though it got 2 more seasons and 2 full movies, made-for-TV movies. But we are getting ahead of ourselves and behind ourselves. So anyway, the musical episode, I've only seen the musical episode once, and that would have been when it aired way back in 1999. I just remember it had something to do with a hurricane, and when I was looking for the thumbnail, the thumbnail for the season 3 episodes, the shot that we have of Daria, Jane, Brittany, and Kevin, it is from this particular episode. It's actually from the end of this episode. So there's a secret there. I do try and find like the thumbnails for the that is appropriate for the season, for like an iconic-esque image. Didn't really do that for season 1, but there you go. Anyway, for those who don't know, you don't hear the actual audio from the episode in itself because I have a tendency to run my mouth and let my stream of consciousness talking and reacting to anything, as well as pointing out anything like weird coloring issues. We got the full display capture. We turned the blur on and off, and again we're working off the DVD box set. So with that said, let's get into it. And we get the episode with the Daria Day intro. So, okay, so that's that is a wonderful look for Jane. Yeah, that whole thing was a joke on the kind of like flat animation, but and it had a different intro too because I can hear it there. The inappropriate alto, I think that was totally appropriate. This is the first time we've seen Jake without any pants. I'll say this: the voice actors for Jake and Helen actually have a wonderful voice. Wait, so Quinn is having a duet with herself. This is gonna be a tough one to react to. That is an adorable look for Daria. You know, staying in bed. Can't blame her. A hurricane on the way. It it is kind of nuts that it's like we don't see any lasagna here for the Morgendorfers in the morning. Daria, that was actually some good bread. Brady Bunch intro s thing. No, no, yeah, worried about the It's like Britney's worried about the competition because the Jello is jiggling. That's a great line. Blue and yellow Jello. I don't think I've ever seen yellow Jello. Well, Kevin has school spirit. Yes, we know Kevin. You are the QB. This is the first time we actually see Principal Lee actually with actual expressions, which is kind of cool. The game is canceled. No! Yes! Everybody get the fuck out! The hurricane's on the way. Yo, Charles has the right idea there. Wait a second, why would he be under the bleachers? Because the bleachers are solid wood. That's a wonderful shot there. You know, I just realized something that I would like to see. I would love to see a Daria mod for Life is Strange with Daria as Max. Kevin's going into a full conspiracy mode. I'm guessing that at least two members of the Lawndale High football team have been held back several years, judging by the goatee and facial hair. Let's go suck face. Yeah, well, that's what you should do during a crisis. Oh, oh wait, they're gonna get stuck on the roof, aren't they? Wow, it's like Daria has actually with a big smile as they're singing is actually kind of a nuts there and a bit surreal. The song is actually quite catchy too. What will Lawndale High look like after it gets hit by a hurricane? It will look like Arcadia Bay, just without a whale landing on a diner. But yeah, well, yeah. Kevin actually assuming that Principal Lee is actually doing a cover up is actually quite poignant for him. Yes, it would. Yes, it would wreck your afternoon, Brittany. Yeah, wonderful shot there in composition in terms of like choreography and stuff. It's actually very well done, and this is just flying too. Because music makes everything better. It's too bad, obviously, that it's obviously silent that you can't hear it. But watch the episode yourself. You can hear. Kiss the kids goodbye. Is this dude actually going to confess his love for Helen? Yep. Yeah, that's a business. That's how a businessman in Helen's firm would actually perform a musical love song. It's like she doesn't look like a hefty bag, and I would know. I'm hefty. Actually, no, I'm beyond hefty. I am damn like I'm beyond fluffy. I just find it funny that Quinn is wearing a green jacket that is actually the same color of as Daria's. Even even briefly, it's actually unique. That what a wonderful. That's actually a wonderful transition there. Unlike the cast of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the cast of Daria can actually sing. Again, their actual ambitions that Helen and Quinn are actually very, very similar in terms of personalities, but they both want to be number one. The bag ain't. That's a sharp jacket. It's just like Daria's. Jake's on the road. So we're going. Jake is going to have road rage. I'm just trying. He just threw his phone out the damn window. God damn it. Jake, run them off. Jake, run them pious bitches off the road. Run them off the road. Yeah, like Jake pushed him to swear. Like, don't worry, Jake is on his way home. Gwen is nervous. I'll say this right now: being in New Jersey when Hurricane Sandy came up the coast, it's like it was a bit nutty, at least in terms of major windstorms. Thankfully, I'm close to Philadelphia, so I'm rather inland, but still, that was an experience in its own way. Wow, Trent let is in his undies. Oh wait, I remember now. Jake and Trent pair up for a song. No, no, that's the next. No, that's an upcoming episode that the lanes come back. He's not wearing any pants. And I'll say this one: Helen at least. This is the second instance where Helen is actually looking out for a member of the Lane family. She's like she would have James back. She tells Trent to come over. The fact that Helen even knows who Trent is actually kind of impressive in its own way. Like, because I would have think they've only met once. Wow, that's like that. She's quite ample. It's like she was like they were pointing the wrong way. They were, I do kind of think it's because I know that there's an episode where the Lane family gets together, so we get to see like the Jane and Trent's parents, and I think that's isn't that called like Lane Miserabilis or something to that effect? Matter of fact, it is. We shot. It's on the freaking episode list at the beginning. How difficult was it for the actress who voices Brittany to sing as her while also getting those squeaks in? And, Quinn's thinking about a suit. It's kind of ideal. This is actually, in terms of a combination of characters to be stuck together, it does work. Especially, they're in a little shelter on top of a roof in the middle of a freaking hurricane. But it's actually quite adorable in its own way. He's real jittery. Yes, you should, Jake. What Jake is snapped. The No, Jake is actually being as a worried father. Is like I when you consider everything about Jake, he does care a lot for his family, and he does care a lot about Daria. It's like he does worry about her. Would it be more manly? I don't think so. Go out and find your kid. Asking Trent is break. Where did that guitar come from? That we know that look with Trent and Drag was actually quite a good look for him. I mean, it is an this is a very odd pairing, but at the same time, it works perfectly for this song. Manly, manly. Yeah. Again, the choreography and the pairing of characters is actually really, really clever. Huh? He said duty. Damn it! Let's continue this. But what did they think about looking at the school? And did they crash? It sounds like they crashed. Oh wait, he's pulling it in. Push it out. Oh, yeah, it's manly reprised. Okay. Manly. Use your head, Kevin. Hey, it worked. More than likely, yes. What a wonderful. It's a rainbow. Oh wait, no, the storm isn't over because it's the eye of the hurricane, isn't it? Hey, look, it's a thumbnail that we're using for season 3. Yes, you do, Kara Sandy. What color is it? It's black. What color? They're so disappointed, aren't they? They they did crash. And storm is over. Who's okay? I'm okay. You okay? A okay. The tree did more damage to the car than the car did to the tree. Hey, look, Daria and Jane made it back home. Big hug. Big hug. Yes, he did. Well, he drives a that's a Lexus? They do a yeah. It's a very strange, but it's arguably as much as is it as any stranger than the Death Takes a Holiday? No, it's not. Again, this is a real treat of an episode, and the fact that it is basically 90% musical is like with very little normal dialogue. Gotta be. I will say this: this was, without question, this. There's a reason why this episode holds up very well. A lot of people obviously have a lot of fond memories of it, except obviously I don't because I've only seen it once before, and again, it was like 25 years ago. Um, but yeah, the songs and everything all work out. The manly song with Jake and Trent is obviously my favorite. But there was several great moments throughout the episode. Principal Lee actually have a very expressive and worried look on her face. Is actually threw me tossed me for a loop there. That's beyond her normal expression. The choreography in terms of the little bit of dancing that was seen with some of the characters, and in terms of the various movements and syncs were quite clever. Obviously, the a big one is Kevin holding Brittany up while she's doing the splits with Daria and Jane off to the sides and like motioning in and upwards. The having Trent dance a bit with Quinn at the end of the first version of Manly is also kind of cute in its own way. But this episode does actually bring up a couple of things that's actually going to be happening. Matter of fact, the Lane Miserabilis episode that is mentioned regarding Jane and Trent's parents is actually the very next episode, which we'll talk about next week, obviously, when I go through it. Um, but so it's actually quite funny that things got kind of like get put together in that way. Um, the joke about Brittany's bosom being quite ample and Daria telling her to point them the other way was actually quite clever in regards to just how top heavy Brittany is. Pun intended in every shape, way, or form. I pointed out that Quinn actually the jacket that she was going to get basically was the same color as Daria's is actually a cute little callback. Um, it's just it really is a phenomenal episode from start to finish. It's like the musical numbers all work out, the choreography, the combination of characters is actually clearly picked to maximize like the best social interactions. Um, but at the same time, considering I just watched at the time I'm recording it, it happened one nut. Uh, Literally at the time I'm recording this, about a half hour beforehand, and the fact that you had this scene where in that episode where Jane calls Helen, and Helen assumes Jane is locked up, and Helen says, don't say anything until she gets there." And the fact that when she called, they called over to the Lane house, and Helen is speaking to Trent over the phone, wondering if his parents are there or if the parents in town, and then saying that, you know what, you should come over with us until the storm blows over. It actually goes. It adds a lot to Helen as a character, and that she extends the care that she does have when she's put in that position to Daria's friends. Which at the same time, it does make me wonder though, would Helen actually extend that same courtesy to Quinn's friends? and obviously we're referring to the Fashion Club. I I don't think so, because we know that Helen and Sandy's mom has that same passive aggressiveness that Quinn and Sandy have. So clearly not, and clearly Tiffany and Stacy went over to Sandy's house to ride out the storm. So yeah, I don't think Helen would extend that same courtesy to the Fashion Club members, and I thought that she would definitely not extend it to the three J's: Jeffrey, Jamie, and Joey. I think those are the. Did I get those three right? I forget. Charles, we haven't really talked about Upchuck much, but he gets like one little spot there hiding under the bleachers, clearly wanting to look up under him. Upchuck really hasn't had much of a chance to shine much, because he is a one note character, but he had the great moment as the DJ in Death Takes a Holiday, and this is the first time we've seen him since that episode. That I definitely no, not Death Takes a Holiday, Daria Dance Party. I keep thinking about Death Takes a Holiday because, in terms of surrealness, which episode is definitely more surreal in terms of what you expect for an episode of Daria? Considering how normally grounded everything is, the musical or the episode where you have like living embodiments of holidays running around. So it's kind of all over the place in that regard. So with that all said, this Friday there will not be an episode. We're not doing another episode of Daria this week. This Friday is going to be my commentary video regarding Grandia 2. And so that means our next episode of Daria Reactions will be next Wednesday, where we will be talking, going over Lane Miserabilis, which and me trying to say anything in French or with a French inflection is clearly terrible, because I can barely speak English, and English is my native language. American English. Actually, bad American English. So with that said, tighten your friendship bracelet, stay safe, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. We'll see y'all in the next video. Till then, bye.